In the bustling ancient city of Ile-Ife, there lived a man named Chinedu. He was not just any rich man. His compound was vast, his yam barns were the fullest, and his livestock were the healthiest for miles around. But what made Chinedu truly famous was not his wealth, but the goodness of his heart. While other wealthy men built higher walls, Chinedu built a longer, wider table under the great Iroko tree in the center of the village. Every evening, the hungry, the lonely, and the weary were welcome to share in his meal. He paid the school fees of children whose parents could not afford it. He helped young men and women start their businesses, asking for nothing in return but their promise to help another when they could. In the same village lived a young woman named Adana. She was known for her beauty, which was said to rival the moon itself. But Adana's heart was even more beautiful than her face. Many suitors, drawn by her beauty, brought her expensive gifts of gold, fine cloth, and rare jewels. Yet Adana paid them no mind. Her eyes were fixed on Chinedu. She watched him not from a place of desire for his wealth, but with a heart swelling with admiration for his deeds. She saw the light return to the eyes of the old widow whose leaking roof he mended. She heard the laughter of the children he sent to school. She felt the warmth of a community held together by his kindness. She did not just admire him, she loved the man she saw, a man whose spirit was as generous as the rain after a drought. One day, Adana's father, a pragmatic man, said to her, "Daughter, why do you sigh after Chinedu? He is rich, yes, but he gives it all away. A man who empties his pot so others may drink will have nothing left for his own household. You should want a man who keeps his wealth." Adana smiled gently. "Father, a man who hoards his wealth fills only his own pot, but a man like Chinedu, he fills the entire village. Which pot would you rather drink from?" Despite her feelings, Adana was shy. How could she, a young maiden, approach the most respected man in Ile-Ife? So, she began to help in secret. She would bring baskets of extra vegetables from her farm and leave them at his gate. She would join the women cooking the evening meal, her head wrapped so he might not notice her. But Chinedu noticed. He noticed the extra baskets, the particularly delicious new spice in the stew, and the graceful, unknown woman who worked with such selfless energy. He asked about her, and his heart was touched when he learned she was the beautiful Adana, who turned away rich suitors to serve at his table. One evening, as the sun painted the sky with hues of orange and purple, Chinedu found Adana alone, fetching water from the village well. "Adana," he called softly. She turned, her heart pounding like a talking drum. "Yes, Chief Chinedu? Why do you do this?" he asked, his voice warm and curious. "I have seen the gifts others offer you. You could live a life of ease. Why do you spend your evenings here, laboring in my yard?" Adana placed her water pot down and looked him straight in the eye, her courage found in the honesty of her heart. "I do it because of you," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "I see the man you are. Your wealth does not make you great, Chief Chinedu. Your good deeds do. They have built a palace in your heart far more magnificent than any mud brick compound. And I admire that man more than any other." Chinedu was silent for a long moment. He had been admired for his strength, his wealth, his wisdom, but no one had ever admired him simply for his heart. Her words did not flatter his ego. They touched his soul. He took a step closer. "And if I had no riches, Adana, if my barns were empty and my livestock gone, and all I had left was this desire to help, would you still admire that man? Tears welled in Adana's eyes. If all you had left was the shirt on your back and you offered it to a cold stranger, I would admire you more in that moment than a king sitting on a golden throne. Chinedu smiled, a smile that held the warmth of 1,000 suns. He reached out and took her hand. Then you, Adana, are the truest treasure I have ever encountered. For a beautiful woman is common, but a woman who sees the beauty in a generous heart, that is rarer than all the diamonds in the world.